जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातीरवनचारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातीरवनचारी। Hare Krishna, will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Sloka number 9. Yavat prataktvam indriyarda Yavat prataktvam indriyarda Maya balam bhagavato janayesha pasyet Maya balam bhagavato janayesha pasyet Tavanna samsrityaso pratisankrameta Tavanna samsrityaso pratisankrameta Vyardapi dukkha nihatam vahati kriyarda Yavat prataktvam indriyarda Maya balam bhagavato janayesha pasyet Tavanna samsrityaso parisankrameta Vyardapi dukkha nivaham vyahati kriyarda Yavat prataktvam indriyarda Maya balam bhagavato janayesha pasyet Tavanna saunasam krameta Vyardapi dukkha nivaham vahati kriyarda यावत् पृथक्त्वमिदमात्मन इन्द्रियार्धा मायाबलं जन्मतो जनयेष पश्येत् तावन्न प्रतिसंक्रमेत व्यर्थापि दुःखनिवहं वहति क्रियार्था यावन् पृथक्त्वमिदमात्मन इन्द्रियार्था मायाबलं भगवतो जनयेष पश्येत् तावन्न संसृतेऽसौ प्रतिसंक्रमेत व्यर्थापि दुःखनिवहं वहति क्रियार्था यावन् पृथक्त्वमिदमात्मन इन्द्रियार्था मायाबलं भगवतो जनयेष पश्येत् तावन्न संसृजरसो प्रतिसंक्रमेत नद्दापि दुःखनिवहं वहति क्रियार्था यावत् as long as pruthakvam separatism idam this atmanaha of the body indriyartha for sense gratification maya balam influence of external energy bhagavataha of the personality of Godhead jana a person isha O my Lord Pashyet sees tavat so long na not samsrutihi the influence of material existence asau that man pratisankrameta can overcome vyardhapi although without meaning dukkha nivaham multiple miseries vahati bringing kriyartha for fruitive activities. Translation. O my Lord, the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul. Yet, as long as the conditioned soul sees the body as meant for sense enjoyment, he cannot get out of the entanglement of material miseries, being influenced by your external energy. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The whole trouble of the living entity in material existence is that he has an independent conception of life. He is always dependent on the rules of the Supreme Lord in both the conditioned and the liberated states. But by the influence of the external energy, the conditioned soul thinks himself independent of the supremacy of the personality of Godhead. His constitutional position is to dovetail himself with the desire of the Supreme Will. But as long as he doesn't do so, he is sure to drag on in the shackles of material bondage. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 2.55, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan pardo manogatan. He has to give up all sorts of plans manufactured by mental concoction. The living entity has to dovetail himself with the Supreme Will. That will help him to get out of the entanglement of material existence. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurum militam yena tasmai Sri Gurave namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam सागरजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्ता नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर सादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Translation. O my Lord, the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul, yet as long as the conditioned soul sees the body as meant for sense enjoyment, he cannot get out of the entanglement of material miseries, being influenced by your external energy. Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can speak on this verse for my own purification. So the context of this sloka is in the third canto, 7th chapter. Vidura asks a few questions to Maitreya. Please explain about the creation done by the Purushavasaras and also creation done by Brahmaji and also creation done by the Manus. In that way, several questions he inquires. In answer to Vidura's questions, Maitreya explained about the Bhagavatam Parampara, how he heard Bhagavatam. He says that from the Sankarsana Chetus Kumaras received the Bhagavatam, from them to Sankhya Rishi, from there to Parasara, from Parasara Maitreya has received. That same Bhagavatam I will explain you Vidura. So that is how he started describing the Bhagavatam. Then he started telling how from Garbhodakshay Vishnu's navel a lotus sprouted, and in that lotus took birth the Brahmaji. And Brahmaji, he saw from where I have taken birth, and everywhere darkness, and he saw in the four directions, and that is how he got the four heads. And he started thinking cold winds are coming, everywhere dark is there. Then he climbed down that stem, lotus stem, to find out what is the root. But he is not able to identify. He is not able to identify, and his ayu also decreasing. His life is also decreasing. That's why he went back to the lotus again. Then he started tapasya for 100 years. He sat there and he meditated on the Supreme Lord for 100 years. After meditating on the Supreme Lord for 100 years, then Brahmaji received the darshan of the Lord. So that darshan is described how Lord is looking like a coral mountain. Imagine a mountain which is in the form of blue sapphire. And then he has a golden helmet. So that is appearing like a golden peak on that mountain. And he has yellow dhoti. That is appearing like evening sky, which is also yellowish color. Evening sky with a blue mountain. On that blue mountain there is a golden peak. And it is submerged in the water, ocean water. So similarly here also Lord is lying on the Ananta in that ocean, Garbhodaka ocean. So he got that darshan, Brahmaji. To that darshan, to that Supreme Lord, he started offering the prayers, Brahmaji offering prayers. Now we are in that prayers. one of the prayer we will be seeing today. So yesterday prayer also it is mentioned Kshutru Tridatu Vireha Ima Muhuradhyamana Sitoshna Vatavarshay Ritaretarascha Kamagnena Achyutarusa Sudurbarena Sampasyate Manavurukrama Sedateme. So Brahmaji is telling the jivas are suffering because of the hunger, thirst, because of various diseases, heat, cold. So by seeing that, I am suffering. So Brahmaji is telling I am unhappy by seeing that. So the link to today's sloka is, why are you suffering? Because the material miseries of the jivas, they don't have any factual existence. So then Brahmaji is telling, if we see the material miseries of the jiva, who exactly suffers when some suffering comes to a person? Because the soul is Satchidananda. Soul don't have in its natural situation, soul don't have any misery, Satchidananda. And the body is, if I get a cut in the hand, immediately there is suffering. Who is suffering? The body is suffering or the soul is suffering? Body can't suffer because it is dead matter. Mind is also dead matter. False ego is also dead matter. Then soul is Satchidananda. So it is mentioned that suffering is underwent by the soul only, but that suffering don't have any factual existence. Like a suffering in the dream. If someone is dreaming, suddenly tiger is chasing and he is running, where is nearby, I am not able to see the tree. And he is running, but at the same time he is sweating within the dream. When someone comes and wakes him up, that suffering is not there. He himself laughs at it. Oh, there is no suffering only. I unnecessarily suffered. Similarly, here also, that dream-like misidentification with the body, which causes the suffering. So that's why Lord is telling the misery of the jiva is due to misidentification. And that misery is also just like a dream-like misery. When he wakes up to the self-realization or God-realization, he don't have any suffering. So that's why Lord is telling, why are you suffering, Brahmaji? By seeing the misery of the jivas that don't have any factual existence. In this sloka, Brahmaji is telling, yes, what you are telling is correct only. But the fact is, as long as he is identifying with that body, and as long as he is continuing the sense gratification, that misery will continue. So by seeing that, I am suffering. That is how Brahmaji tells. So as a Vaishnava, he is paradukka dukki. So by seeing all the jivas suffering, Brahmaji also feeling suffering. And we can see even in other place also, Brahmaji creates 5 ignorances. That is tamas, moha, mahamoha, tamishra, andatamisra. Tamas means forget one's original identity. So then only the jiva can enjoy in this world. So a jiva, when he comes to the material world, if he remembers that I am Krishna's part and parcel, then he will not be able to enjoy. That's why devotees also not able to enjoy. Because when they do some sense gratification, immediately guilt comes. Why? That remembrance is there. Oh, I am not supposed to do this. So then moha. Moha means identification with the body. Forget your original identity and take some other identity. Then mahamoha, take identity connected to that body. Then tamishra, if someone causes disruption in my enjoyment, then anger about them. And the tamishra means full absorbed in this and forgetting to go out of the material world. So in that way, when he created these 5 ignorances also, Brahmaji was lamenting, oh, I did so much, I have done a creation by which the jivas live in the material world. Then as an atonement, he created the Chatuskumaras, who represent the Sankhya, Yoga, Vairagya and Tapas. So by taking shelter of these 4 Kumaras, one can get out of the material world. Those 5 ignorances keep the jiva in the material world. But these 4 processes, Sankhya, Yoga, Vairagya, Tapas, they release the Jiva from the material world. Then he created Narada Muni also, who represents the Bhakti. He is the Shakti avatar of, Shakti Avesh avatar of Bhakti. So, in that way, Brahmaji is telling that, here we can say, the whole trouble of the living entity in material existence is that he has an independent conception of life. He is always dependent on the rules of the Supreme Lord in both the conditioned and the liberated states. So we can see how we are dependent on the Lord both in the conditioned state and also in the liberated state. So we can see for our own sustenance, we need food. But we can't create the food in the laboratory. We have to depend on the nature. So we did not create the earth. We can't create the rains. We can't create the sunlight. We can't create the germinating potency in the seeds. So that is all given by the Supreme Lord only. We are just getting the food created by the Supreme Lord. It is mentioned that we can't create rains, but someone may say that no, we are creating artificial rains. So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu wrote an article, Artificial Rains, Imaginary Gains and Real Pains. So what they do is, the clouds created by Indra, clouds are there. We have not created the clouds. They send one helicopter and above that clouds and they spill the chemical so that cloud will give the water. After spilling so much chemical, little water came. And all that chemical also came to the earth. So little benefit and more misery. So that is how we will not be able to create the food. We need to depend on the Supreme Lord. Even the moonlight is required for creating the rasa in the plants. Gamavishya chabhutane dharayami ahamojasa pusnami ausadim sarva somo bhutva rasatmaka. So as the moon, I am the one who creates the rasa in the plants. So that's why it is mentioned. There is scientific proof also, which correlates between the fluid in the plants and the moon's position based on the some Amavasya or Purnima or the various locations of the moon. And the fluid in the plants keep changing. So it is a very proven fact that moon is related with the rasa in the plants. That's why Prabhupada tells, moon creates the rasa in all the vegetation on the earth. How can moon itself will be a desert? It is not a desert. And also for our own physical sustenance, we depend on the Lord. And for mental, also for enjoying the sense objects, who created the sense objects? Sense objects means Shabda Sparsha, Rupa Rasa Gandha. Punya Gandha Prudivyamcha. I am the fragrance of the earth. Rasoham Apsukaunteya, I am the taste in the water. Shabdake, I am the sound in the ether. In that way, Krishna is telling it is me who created the sense objects. So at the mental level also, to enjoy, we depend on the Supreme Lord. Even at the intellectual level also, we need the memory and we need knowledge. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishto matta smrutir jnanam apohanam cha. Krishna is telling, from me coming the memory, forgetfulness and knowledge. Even at the false ego level also, we can see various people feel that I have achieved this. I am proud to be this country person. From where that identification is coming. So that false ego is also created by the Supreme Lord only. The Pradhana came and that Supreme Lord glanced, which turned into Mahat Tattva. Again he glanced, which turned into false ego. So false ego is also given by the Supreme Lord only for the Jiva to enjoy. So in that way, we are dependent on the Lord at various levels. And we are dependent on His rules also in the material world. Like there is one Telugu movie song. That movie song says, I make friendship with the moon and whole day I do fasting. In the night I eat pista. and it is my life and it is my style. Like that, it is my life. I live whatever the way I want independently. Like that, the song is there. Yeah, he can lead his life the way he want in his home. But when he comes on the road, he need to follow the traffic rules. He can't say that it is my life, I will drive on the right side. Is not allowed. So similarly, we need to depend on the government rules in the society. Similarly, here also, we dependent on the universal government rules. Then how to know what are the universal government rules? They are given in the scriptures like Ayurveda, which tells don't overeat. If we overeat, immediately we can see the reaction. And many rules are there like that. Cigarette, so immediately the reaction comes in the form of cancer. And alcohol, liver cirrhosis, illicit sex, sexually transmitted diseases, and meat eating. So on individual level also, I know few people who have that disease of protein loss. And collective level also, there are wars. So when Prabhupada was in America, one person, Goldsmith, he asks, why our children are dying in the Vietnam War? So God should be merciful. Why our children are dying? Prabhupada told, because you are killing the animals. So the reaction is coming in the form of this. So collectively, war is a result of when we break the rules created by the Lord, immediately there is a reaction. Like we cut the trees, immediately there is a reaction, global warming. So although individual person may not be involved, but since he is part of the whole thing, he will also get the reaction. It is mentioned that one person, he stole some money. So the judge in the courtroom, he inquired, why did you commit? So the person told, because I am hungry. I did not eat for 2 days. That's why I stole that money to purchase bread. So instead of punishing that person, judge gave the fine to all the people who are present in the judge. All of you pay this much amount to this person. Because whatever you are enjoying is not your property, it is God's property. And he is also a person in the God's creation. He is also have that right to access to the resources like that. So similarly, in the liberated stage also, a person depending on the Lord, like he depends on the Nam, Dham created by the Lord, form of the Lord, etc. That's why in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 29th chapter, 6th verse, it is mentioned, the liberated person, he tells, even if my life duration prolongs like that of Brahmaji, still I will not be able to repay you, my Lord. Like that it comes. Because you have appeared as Acharya externally and internally as a super soul. You have guided me. That's why even if I have a long duration of life like that of Brahma and I start repaying you, still I will not be able to repay you. Because you gave me that loving service to your lotus feet. So even though so much dependence is there on the Supreme Lord, but still people in general, they don't feel, say that, no, where is God? Show me God, all like this, they inquire. So that's why in the Srimad Bhagavatam 8.5.28, it is mentioned, we will not be able to see the Lord because he is in the Visuddha Sattva. So the person who is in the three modes, who is agitated by the three modes of Sattva, Raja, Tamogun, he will not be able to see the person who is above the three modes. So although people challenge, show me, we will not be able to show. Because one who is in the three modes, he will not be able to see the Lord who is in the Visuddha Sattva. That's why one need to take shelter of the process. Mamchayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Take shelter of the process. By that one will be able to overcome those three modes. In that situation, one will be able to see the Supreme Lord. So like if there is a lake, if the very crystal clear, even if there is 1 rupee inside, we will be able to see clearly. In Chitrakoot, there is one lake called Sitakund. Very crystal clear water, even if there is 1 rupee. But if that lake is agitated, then we will not be able to see that 1 rupee inside the lake. Only when it settles down. Similarly, one's heart which is agitated by the 3 modes, he will not be able to see the Supreme Lord. When it is settles down and overcomes those 3 modes, one will be able to see the Supreme Lord, which is called God realization. And God realization follows the self-realization also. So they are together. So sometimes people say that we are just want self-realization. Self-realization in itself will not come. It is, one may be having mirror in the midnight, but he can't see himself, although mirror is there. Only in the morning when the sun comes, he will be able to see the sun also, he can see himself also. When the lake settles down, he can see the rupee inside the lake also, he can see his own reflection also. When it is agitated, he can't see both. So that is how the people, although we are dependent, but we will not be able to perceive the Lord because agitated by the 3 modes of material nature. That's why here it is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one Leela which describes this dependence on the Lord. So the Samudra Manthan Leela, as soon as the Durvasa Muni, he gives a garland to the Indra. Indra gives that garland to the elephant that he has. And that elephant keeps it on the ground and tramples it. Immediately Durvasa curses them. You lose all your opulences. So at that situation, all the devatas approached the Lord. That is the difference between devatas and demons. Devatas always depend on the Lord. They approached the Lord and told, please show us some way. Immediately Lord told the logic of snake and mouse. He only gave the plan. Go and make truce with the demons. Immediately all the devatas went to the Bali Maharaj. We want to churn the ocean along with you. The leaders of the Bali Maharaj, they are agitated. They are agitated and they want to attack. Bali Maharaj told, no. This is the time to make truce. We also want nectar. They also want nectar. We will do. Then they want to bring the Mandara mountain, which is made of gold. So all with their full strength, with their arms, demons and devatas, they plucked out the mountain, and it is a far distance. They carried, and in between they are fully tied, and they dropped the mountain. Some of them survived, some of them collapsed, some of them got fractures, etc. Immediately the devatas went and asked the Supreme Lord, please help us. So the Lord came along with Garuda. He lifted the mountain and he saw on all those people who are dead, and all of them are revived back. Not only revived, their limbs which are fractured, etc., that also got cured. And he picked all the devatas, demons, and the Garuda, and he flew to the Kshir Sagar, ocean of milk, and he placed the Mandara mountain there, and he called Vasuki, the devatas and demons. They told Vasuki, if you assist us, we will give you also some nectar. So Vasuki came. But Vasuki coming means Garuda has to leave, because Vasuki is the food of Garuda. So Lord told Garuda, you leave now. Garuda left and Vasuki came. Then they kept they wrapped the Vasuki around the mountain, and the devatas took the side of the head, and the demons, they were asked to take the side of the tail. Immediately they told, Amangalam, tail side is inauspicious, we will not take. In case if devatas could have taken the tail side, they might have told, we want tail side only, because they want opposite of whatever the devatas do. So then Lord told, okay, you take the head side. They took the head side, and they started churning, and the Mantra mountain sank inside the ocean. Immediately, Lord came as the Kurma avatar, like an island. He brought out the Mantra mountain. And they started churning. When they started churning, it was told that the Kurma avatar has some itch on his back. So when they are starting rounding, It is this appearing like a scratching on the teeth. So he felt very pleasing, very nice like that. Then the devatas and demons, they started churning. But the Vasuki, from the Vasuki mouth, so much this is coming. No, actually they got tired after some time. At that time, Lord entered as the Sattvaguna in the devatas. Okay, with irrespective of result, we should do our duty. Then he entered as the Rajoguna in the demons. We have to achieve this. We need the nectar. Then he entered as the Tamoguna in the Vasuki, because he is rubbing against that mountain. One devotee, he pushed a vehicle and he got the tendon got ruptured little bit. Then what to speak of rupturing the whole body with the mountain. He was almost about to die. At that time, Lord entered as the mode of Tamoguna in the Vasuki. That is what even in this world people do. Whenever they have mental pain like breakup or some love failure, they take shelter of the intoxication to forget that pain. Or people who do heavy bodily work, they also take shelter of the intoxication to forget that pain. Here also, Lord entered as the ignorance, and so that Vasuki don't feel that pain. So in that way, Lord's intervention is there at every stage. Finally, from Vasuki mouth, so much fire is coming. And the demons are feeling that pain. So much fire, they all appeared like Sarala trees after the forest fire. Bali, Kalanemi, Ilvala, all these people. If there is a forest fire, it burns away all the trees. The trunk is there, branches are there, but no leaves, only black things are there. So all the demons appeared like that. And they can't, because of Dambodharpa Abhimanasya, they could have told, initially we did not thought about it, now we will share, sometime you also do, sometime we will do. Because of that Abhiman, they told, no, we will continue it. Like Hiranyaksha, when that mace fell down, Varahadev picked up that mace and gave it to Hiranyaksha, take it. Because of Dambodharpa Abhiman, he told, no, I will not take. And he invoked Trishul. So like that, they continued. But that fire is affecting the devatas also this side. Their garlands, their clothes, they also started becoming blackish. At that time, Lord came as the rain to give pleasing atmosphere for the devatas. And he, as a wind, he brought the water droplets from the ocean so that they will feel cool. So in that way, Lord is involved in every aspect. Finally, even then, churning is not happening properly. Finally, he himself joined the churning. So he has that, it is mentioned, he is Meghashyama Varna, and the earrings are dazzling like makaras, and his hair is till the shoulders. And with his strong arms, he also caught hold of Vasuki and he started churning. Then the poison came. Lord advised all the people to go to take shelter of Lord Shiva, because you want to give credit to Lord Shiva. Then after the nectar came, the demon stole it. Again he came as Mohini Murti to retrieve that nectar. In that way, dependence on the Lord is there clearly. It is very much clearly shown in this particular Samudra Manthan Leela. At every step, Lord has to intervene to pick up the mountain and to raise the mountain. And in between, to that mountain not to fall, he appeared as 1,000-handed form and he caught hold of the peak of the mountain so that it don't fall this side or this side. So in that way, several ways, Lord's intervention is mentioned. His constitutional position, Prabhupada writes in the purport, is to dovetail himself with the desire of the Supreme Will. But as long as he doesn't do so, he is sure to drag onto the shackles of material bondage. So here it is mentioned the dovetail. Dovetail means, dove means the pigeon. The tail means the tail of the pigeon, it looks in a triangular shape. So this dovetail word is used in the carpentry, where they make this kind of giant. For one wood, they cut in the triangle shape. Another wood, they make that much hole. And this is fit into that. They are interlocked properly without coming out. So the synonym in the English is alignment or perfectly match. So that is the synonym of the word dovetail. So that's what Prabhupada is mentioning. The Jiva's constitutional position is to dovetail himself with the desire of the Supreme Will. So means align with the Supreme Will of the Lord. Then by that what happens? One will not get bondage. So no need to stop the activities, but do the activities in alignment with the desire of the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada gives the example, if someone is going by cycle and if someone is going by car, if this person catch hold of the car, this cycle person also can travel at 50 km per hour because he is catching hold of the car without pedaling also. So that is how, if someone align with the Supreme Lord, Lord is always liberated and this person also gets liberated. So that's why it is mentioned, one can dovetail anything, for example, matter. So the materialistic people, they try to enjoy the matter, whereas the jnanis, they want to reject the matter. But it is the devotees who dovetail the matter, who utilize the matter for their purpose. Materialists, they want to enjoy matter, they want to go deep into the research. They do so much research, they want to find out how to enjoy this world more and more better way. There are so many PhDs. One of the PhD is whether the woodpecker bird, it hits the wood several times. Will it get headache? This is the one PhD. Because so much time it is picking, it may be getting hurt. Will it get the, or the pigeons, do they appreciate the art? This is another PhD. They show some nice paintings to the pigeon and they observe the feelings of the pigeon, how much time it is watching, all those things. And finally, they prove that, yeah, pigeons appreciate the art. So this is how the materialists, they want to enjoy the world by doing more and more research. Prabhupada tells in Ishopanishad one example, if there is a purse on the road, the materialist, he takes the purse and he uses that money for his own self. But whereas the jnani, he is, oh, it is not mine, I have nothing to do with, he leaves. But a devotee, what he does, devotee means not exactly the purse, the material world. He sees that it actually Ishavasyam idam sarvam. This belongs to the Supreme Lord. Let me engage this in the Supreme Lord's service. So that's why everything, the matter can be engaged in the Supreme Lord's service. For example, when it is engaged in the Lord's service, it also attains the quality of spiritual. So the soul is spiritual in constitution, but when matter engaged in the service of the Lord, it also attains the spiritual in application. Like we say that don't keep Kartal on the ground, or don't keep Bhagavad Gita on the ground. Bhagavad Gita is a paper only. Before printing these letters, it is just a paper. If some newsletter might have printed in this, then we throw it in the dustbin also. But on the same paper, when these letters of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, we are saying don't keep on the ground also, because it became spiritual in application now. So in that way, matter can be engaged in the Supreme Lord service. We can see how Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had the Rolls-Royce car, not for the comfort. He takes that car into villages. So many villagers, they come around to see the car, because first time they are seeing the car. They are all, that to Rolls-Royce car. And he sits on the top of the car and he gives to the Bhagavatam class to all the assembled people. So in that way, everything is used. And Prabhupada, he saw some flatbed truck and he was seeing, and immediately he felt, oh, we can use it for the Rath Yatra. we can keep Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. So in that way, matter, when used in the dovetailed in the service of the Lord, it also attains the spiritual quality. And we can also dovetail our experiences. Like one devotee is telling, for his sister's marriage, which was done in a rented home, he went through so many difficulties. Then he decided, if anyone else is having the difficulties while arranging marriage, I will help them. So by helping so many people, he got even in 2 hours, he can fix up a venue, catering, everything. So he became so resourceful. Now, after he became devotee, he is using that knowledge for arranging the Hare Krishna festivals. So that experience, like we can see Sugriva, when he gave the ring to Hanumanji and all the Vanaras, he is telling, you go to north side, you will get this ocean, then this mountain will come, then another ocean will come. So like that, on the south side, the details, west side, east side, so much geography details he gives Sugriva. Then Lord Rama asks, how you know all these details? Then Sugriva tells, when Vali was chasing me, at that time I ran all over these places. So that experience he has. Now he is using that experience in the Lord Rama's service. So that's why it is mentioned, the Swabhava of the Jiva should be dovetailed, and the Swarupa should be realized, and Vasanas need to be curtailed. Swabhava means Jivera Swarupair Krishnera Nityadas. This we need to realize. Swarupa. And Swabhava means everyone is born with, in the 3 modes of nature, everyone has certain nature. That need to be engaged, that need to be dovetailed. And the Vasanas, so certain nature is there, which will not fit into the religious circle. That need to be curtailed. It is mentioned there is one person, he helps in the loading of the watermelon onto the truck. So 2-3 people stand in the ground and they throw the watermelon. If they directly throw into the truck, because of long parabolic, it may break. So they kept one person on the truck and they throw to him, he catches and he throws backside. That is a small thing, so it doesn't break. So 2-3 people are throwing the watermelon and he catches all of them and keeps throwing back. So one football person saw that, one captain of the football. He saw that, even our goalkeeper don't do this much job. He handles only one ball. He is handling 3 watermelons at a time parallelly. Then he recruit, we will take him. So when the football came, he is catching it, but throwing it in the his own goal post. So not everything can be dovetailed. The first part, that catching part, that can be dovetailed, because he has that skill set, that swabhava, that can be dovetailed, but throwing back, that need to be curtailed. That is the anarthas, that is the vasanas that we have. Within the subtle body, there are all the impressions are there. Some desires can fit within the religious circle, they need to be engaged, and some don't fit within the religious circle, that is, they are the anarthas, they need to be curtailed. So that is why Krishna is telling Arjuna, you work as per your swabhava, because swabhava we got and it changes, but it takes time. There is a process to change it. That is the engagement in the varnashrama duties. You engage in the varnashrama duties as a kshatriya, you do your work, then you will be purified, your heart will be purified by doing the karma yoga, by doing that varnashram duties. Otherwise, but Arjuna is telling what? I am getting attracted to Brahmana's duties. I am this Kshatriya duty, so much killing, all these things, I need to kill my own relatives. But Brahmana duty is very peaceful, happily go to the forest, beg little food, eat it, and sit nicely. So Krishna is telling, no. We have designed these duties in a way that particular varna, by doing those duties, that person in that varna will be purified slowly by engaging in those duties. Paradharma bhayavahat. Don't get attracted to someone else's duty. If you have someone has jaundice, someone has malaria, malaria person gets the bitter chloroquine. Jaundice person gets the sweet sugar cane juice. You may say that why for him sweet juice is given, for me bitter. For your particular disease, this bitter medicine will cure the disease. If you get attracted to someone else's medicine, that will increase the disease. So that's why Arjuna Krishna is telling, don't go get attracted to someone else's varna duties. Just do your own varna duties. By that, the swabhava gets purified. The heart gets purified. Then one can practice the jnana yoga. The prerequisite for jnana yoga is purification of the heart. So his swabhava should be completely purified. When the heart is completely purified, then one can engage in the jnana yoga. Otherwise, because jnana yoga don't give facility to engage one's nature. There is no, because jnana yoga means the limbs are reading the Upanishads, follow brahmacharya, ahimsa, all these limbs of the jnana yoga, where one's nature cannot be dovetailed. But bhakti yoga, it has the no prerequisite, no purification of heart is required for entering into the bhakti yoga. One's swabhava can be engaged within the bhakti yoga. That's why the guru need to see it and engage. Okay, what is this particular person's swabhava? And let me engage as per his nature. That's why we can see how Dhruva Maharaj is so much determined. And Narada Muni came and tested him. It is the time for you to play. Bhakti is a very difficult process. You can't do it. You do it in the old age. But by seeing the but Dhruva Maharaj told, your instructions are very good, but they are not able to contain in the heart, in my heart. So please tell me honest path. So by seeing his determination immediately, Narada Muni dovetailed his determination. Okay, take to this bhakti process. Similarly, Bilvamangal Thakur, so much determined. He has so much determination. Chintamani observed that determination and told, if only this can fit there, perfectly fit, he will achieve so many things. That's why Bilvamangal Thakur accepted the Chintamani as his guru. And Narada Muni observed the fear factor in the Prachina Parishad. Oh, he is fearful by seeing the animals are waiting for him. And Narada Muni observed that fear factor in Mrugari. Narada Muni observed the fear factor in the Valmiki. Karma is waiting for you. Will your family members share it? They all deny it. So by seeing that fear factor, immediately dovetailed them accordingly into the process. That's what Srila Prabhupada also did. Srila Prabhupada, he saw the hippies. They have this attraction for music. Prabhupada immediately dovetailed it. Okay, you have the attraction for music, bring all your instruments. Various kind of instruments they used to bring. And Prabhupada used to do kirtan with all of them. And Shyam Sundar Prabhu knows carpentry. Okay, Karu, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities. Although he was smoking at that time, Prabhupada told, why are you bringing the cigarette between you and Jagannath? So immediately he left and he engaged in the service. In that way, Prabhupada did not reject anyone, engaged everyone. Prabhupada, it is mentioned that it is like there is one veena, Rudra veena, which is made of pumpkin thread and stick. So Srila Prabhupada did not get everything together. He found pumpkin somewhere, and he found one string somewhere, he found one stick somewhere. He brought all of them and made a nice veena and started playing by engaging everyone. So in that way, everything can be engaged in the bhakti gives that facility to dovetail our talents. If someone is good at VFX, we have seen this Mahavatar Narasimha movie, that also can be engaged. When the same Bhagavatam, when I speak, I see people sleeping. But the same Bhagavatam, when it is shown with all those VFX, so much appreciation. So in that way, Bhakti gives facility to engage everyone's skill set to dovetail in the service of the Lord. In that way, they will be also purified and the mission also expands. Today we have seen how the dependence on the Lord. We have seen how Brahmaji is suffering by seeing the misery of the souls. Although it don't have factual existence, it is like dream-like suffering. Still Brahmaji is feeling, at least they are suffering at present because of misidentification. So this suffering will continue till they do sense gratification. Then we have seen how Brahmaji suffered by creating the 5 ignorances. At that time also he lamented. Then he created the 4 Kumaras who represents the 4 paths of bhakti. Then we saw how we are dependent on the Lord at the physical level for the food, mental level, intellectual level, ego level, and how we are depending on the rules created by the Lord in the various scriptures. When we break them, we get the reaction. Then we have seen how to, we have seen Samudra Manthan Leela, which explains nicely about our dependence on the Lord at various stages. Then we saw the dovetailing, how we can dovetail the matter. When we dovetail the matter, it also attains the spiritual quality in application. We can dovetail our experiences, and the swabhava need to be dovetailed, swarupa realized, and vasanas need to be curtailed. And the guru need to see the swabhava of the each disciple and engage them in that way. We will stop here. Thank you very much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.